Meanwhile, the National Working Committee, NWC, of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has passed a vote of confidence on the party's acting national chairman, Ambassador Umar Iliya Damagum. The party's national publicity secretary, Debo Olugwagba, in a statement said the decision of the NWC, which came at the end of its 584th meeting at the party's national secretariat, is in commendation of the efforts and commitment of the acting national chairman to stabilize and reposition the PDP as the main opposition party in Nigeria. The deputy national chairman, South, Ambassador Taufik Arawaja, presided over the motion for vote of confidence on the acting national chairman, which was moved by the national vice chairman, Southeast, Chief Ali Odefa, and seconded by the national treasurer, Yari Mohammed. The NWC assures of its commitment in ensuring the continued stability, growth, and success of the party at all times. Nigeria has taken a firm stance on matters affecting persons with disabilities through the enactment of legal frameworks to safeguard the rights of persons with disabilities as enshrined in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 as amended, which guarantees equal rights for its citizens. To speak now on some of the achievements and policies that has affected persons with disabilities in Nigeria, let's welcome Dr. Christopher Nwanoro, National Disability Empowerment Forum, Nigerian's candidate for the upcoming United Nations CRPD election. It's good to have you, Dr. Christopher Nwanoro, in our studio today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Okay, now tell us, how would you describe the community of persons with disabilities in Nigeria, especially with regards to the present economic situation?
Really, persons with disabilities in Nigeria have really suffered so much in the past. And to God be the glory, the former president of Nigeria, President Muhammad Buhari, signed the bill into law and becomes an act in 2018, and subsequently now established National Commission for Persons with Disabilities to see how to ensure all inclusion of persons with disabilities. So this has really turned around the table for persons with disabilities to see how we can be included in the activities in Nigeria. But in the past, it has not been like that. But all the same, Nigeria have done a lot, but we still need more. More is needed to be done. Okay.
Tell us more on what programs or policies, are being put in place to help better the lives of persons with disabilities.
There are lots of challenges people with disabilities have been having. Take, for instance, marginalization, stigmatization, stereotype life, and inability to secure jobs at the end of the day for those who are educated among us. So, but today, governments have provided some succor to ensure that persons with disabilities, 5% of jobs will be and appointment is reserved for them. So, an issue of marginalization, the arts really was straightly against it, saying that anybody that is marginalized against or discriminated against, certain penalties will be meted on them. But we are still having the issues of see how we can get this thing done and implemented. So, for most of us who are actively involved in disability matters through our NGOs, we have done so much in advocacy and empowerment, in trying to sensitize the government and the people and engage the policymakers to see how they can carry people with disabilities along in the scheme of things to avoid being discriminated against.
Okay, now one will say the signing of the instruments of ratification of the protocol to Africa Charter of Persons with Disabilities is a great feat for the disability community. Has this decision, benefited persons with disabilities so far?
Yes, our people they've done so much in the, the protocol, Ocean Protocol, because one, the issue of accessibility is a major issue and challenge in Nigeria and other parts of the world. For instance, people on wheelchairs, they find it difficult to have access to public buildings. And when they get there, they don't have ramps. Some places don't have ramps, some they don't have elevators. Even the public transportation, it becomes a very serious issue for them. But through this protocol, we have been doing a lot to sensitize the people, the countries involved, to ensure that persons with disabilities should enjoy the same benefits like any other person. So these are the things that the arts and the protocol is working towards: accessibility, empowerment, removing stereotype behavior and the marginalization and stigmatization among our people. So this is exactly what has happened in the community of persons with disabilities.
Okay, now before I let you go, Dr. Nwanoro, you are Nigeria's candidate, for the upcoming United Nations CRPD elections. What does this mean for Nigeria and Africa, and what are our chances?
Yes, I have been nominated by the federal government to represent Nigeria in the United Nations Committee on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. And if elected come June 11th, 2024, it will be a landmark victory for Nigeria. And going there, it will enable Nigeria and Africa to be represented in the committee. So election is coming up just very soon. But all the same, based on my antecedents and things that I have done in the past in Nigeria, I've been able to extend my gestures towards persons. I've been serving persons with disabilities for over 26 years. I lost my sight when I was in the university, and since then, I have been actively involved in advocacy, sensitization, empowerment, and trying to ensure that our rights are not denied to us. And I engaged policymakers and have impacted positively on the people. And equally, through my NGOs, Lotus Initiative for the Blind, that consults with United Nations, and we have United Nations ECOSOC consultative status. So through this, we do a lot of empowerment and free medical outreach. Through this free medical outreach, we do a program we tag Preventing Preventable Blindness. So this we have done in various states of the Federation. We have empowered many people. We secure jobs to many people. And that is one of the reasons why federal government deemed it necessary to nominate me to go there and represent Nigeria and Africa in the United Nations. So I believe strongly that if the opportunity is given to me, I will win the election. It will be a blessing to Nigeria. It will be a blessing to Africa. And I'll be able to bring my weight of experience to bear to ensure that our rights are not deprived us.
Thank you very much indeed, Dr. Christopher Nwanoro, and we wish you, all the best during the upcoming United Nations CRPD election. And that will be all. Thank you so much for coming to our studios today.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right.